1909 to 1929, a 20-year period in what was to be observed as the African American cinema movement because of how it exposed the Hollywood standard to be within the spectacles of whitewashed producers, which led people of color filmmakers to be misrepresented in cinema. This is Robert S. Abbott, the founder and main editor of the African American press known as the Chicago Defenders, who most notably argued about the crude pictures that were painted about African Americans on screen and how these people very much viewed Hollywood as white racists for permeating this image in motion pictures, as something that was brought up even today in the face of what is shown on screen and behind the camera, branches out into multiple points of production. Who is the audience? What is the budget and level of skill? Who is writing the story, and why does it matter? After the era of slapstick humor and mere cinematic entertainment, figuring out another perspective in which film can be utilized ignited the spur of whether it was going to be shown exclusively to one audience or reach a global audience. Something that Abbott and the press became known for was how they referred to African Americans, not using the words Negro or Black, but instead referred to as the race. The race was very much aware of the implications that were being shown about their culture on screen, which promoted a sense of self-determination. This is the poster for The Green-Eyed Monster, and this is the poster for A Man's Duty. Unfortunately, these films are considered lost films, which are feature films or short films that no longer exist in studio archives or private collections. Films like these, otherwise known as race movies, especially The Green-Eyed Monster, drove the press crazy with how well they motivated audience reception while being produced with an all-color cast. They reached all points of critique and introduced a new theory of cinema, which was positive representation for people of color filmmaking. This is Richard Norman, the director of The Green-Eyed Monster and founder of Norman Studios. His race film journey, along with his counterpart and friend Oscar Micheaux, who was also known as the first black filmmaker, created a new perspective on the subgenre of filmmaking known as race films or black filmmaking. It's that style of authentic, cultural, and contextual introspection upon characters, which advocates for the theory of positive-negative and negative-positive representation in film, giving a historical beginning on the start of color filmmaking and representation.